Your person has been carrying the weight of separation and longing for quite some time, and it has been a constant presence in their heart and mind. This longing has not been a fleeting feeling, rather, it has been something that has deeply shaped their outlook on life and their relationships. In the past, when they sought advice from others, hoping for guidance or comfort, what they received only pushed them further away from you. Instead of clarity, they were given confusion. Instead of direction, they were offered distractions. The voices of outsiders, though perhaps well-intentioned, created distance, mistrust, and stagnancy. This outside interference caused them to lose sight of what they truly wanted, leaving them trapped in a cycle where they were unable to move forward with you or even within their own life. It became a state of stillness, where everything felt suspended, and nothing was truly growing. Now, however, they have reached a turning point. Your person is ready to step into their own power, to stop allowing others to dictate the terms of their choices and their heart. They are beginning to recognize that no one else can walk this path for them. The deep and unshakable longing they feel for you has been the driving force behind this realization. It has illuminated the truth that the only way forward is for them to create their own destiny, rather than letting it be shaped by the opinions or expectations of others. This longing has also forced them to re-examine the people in their life. They have begun to see others through clearer eyes, putting everyone into their proper place. Those who once had power over their decisions no longer hold the same sway. They are cutting ties, drawing boundaries, and recognizing where influence has turned into interference. This process of purging has been significant for them. They are releasing not just relationships but also old habits, patterns, and ways of thinking that once held them back. They realize that every time they spend time with you, whether in conversation, presence, or even just thought, it places their other relationships under a microscope. It becomes clearer and clearer that those connections, whether with family members, friends, or even a karmic partner, do not carry the same energy, depth, or truth as the connection they feel with you. The contrast is undeniable. With you, they feel inspired, uplifted, and whole. With others, they feel drained, conflicted, or misunderstood. This awareness has been a catalyst for growth, forcing them to make changes they might have avoided before. Through this journey, your person has been maturing in powerful ways. They are not the same individual they were when this separation began. The struggles, the confusion, and the longing have all served as lessons, shaping them into someone stronger, more self-aware, and more capable of loving in a healthy, committed way. Part of this growth shows in how protective they feel over you. They want to shield you from harm, support you in your dreams, and simply be there for you in ways they may not have been able to before. They do not want to let others' voices interfere anymore. They are determined to make their own choices, and they know now that listening to outsiders has only delayed what their heart has always known to be true, that they want you. No longer willing to give away their power, your person is reclaiming control over their own life. They are finished with letting others dictate the path of this connection. They see clearly that the only way to move forward is to follow what they feel and know deep within. Each moment spent with you leaves them feeling renewed and inspired. You bring a light into their life that no one else can. It is as though you awaken a part of their soul that has long been dormant, a part that craves freedom, authenticity, and love without conditions. What attracts them most is not just your presence but also the way you carry yourself, with self-love and self-respect. They admire the strength you embody, the boundaries you set, and the way you honor yourself. In their eyes, this makes you even more magnetic, because it shows them what true love really is. It begins with honoring oneself first. They are drawn to this quality because it is something they have been learning to cultivate within themselves. Your example has been a guiding light, showing them what it looks like to stand firm in truth, even when the world tries to pull you in different directions. Your person is moving towards you not because of outside pressure, not because of fleeting emotion, but because they genuinely want you. Their heart has chosen you, and their soul feels aligned with yours. They recognize that this connection is not ordinary, it has the power to transform, to heal, and to inspire growth in both of you. While the journey has not been easy, and while the separation has been painful, it has also been necessary. It has given them the clarity they needed to stop listening to others, to stop hiding from themselves, and to finally step forward into what they truly desire. Now, they are ready to align their actions with their heart. They are ready to move closer, not just in thought or intention, but in real, tangible ways. They see you as someone they want to protect, cherish, and build with. They want to be present, not distant. They want to contribute, not withdraw. They are ready to leave behind the old cycles of stagnancy and step into a connection that feels alive, real, and destined. At the core, your person longs for you because you represent more than just love, you represent truth, renewal, and freedom. You inspire them to be the best version of themselves, and that is why they are moving toward you. The separation and the struggles have shown them what they cannot live without. And now, with a renewed sense of clarity and strength, they are ready to claim it, you. I find myself on my own right now, and in this solitude, I've been forced to face myself in ways I never had before. So much has changed for me, my thoughts, my priorities, and especially my perspective on you and this connection we once shared. The shift has been powerful, almost like a veil was lifted from my eyes. There are moments when I look back at who I was, and I barely recognize that person anymore. The way I think and feel now has been transformed, and much of that has to do with you and the impact you've had on me. Let me start by saying something I don't think I've ever truly admitted to you. I am in complete awe of you. Do you realize that you are the only woman who has ever stood up to me the way you did? I wasn't used to that. People in my life, women especially, often told me what I wanted to hear, even if it wasn't the truth. But you were different. You spoke your mind, and you stood your ground, even when you knew it might upset me. I won't lie, at the time it hurt. It bruised my ego, left me feeling exposed, and forced me to confront my flaws. Yet beneath that sting, something deeper was happening. I respected you. I admired the courage it took for you to call me out, to refuse to let me hide behind pride or charm. That moment, as uncomfortable as it was, marked a turning point in the way I saw you, and in the way I began to see myself. I need you to understand something important. The reason I've been silent, the reason I pulled back, is not because you didn't matter. Quite the opposite. I withdrew because I was drowning in things I needed to let go of. Last month, especially, was one of the heaviest periods of my life. I realized, sometimes painfully, that many of the people I thought were loyal to me, who I believed had my back, never truly did. I gave my time, my loyalty, and my energy to the wrong people, and I only now recognize how blind I was to that. The betrayal, the disappointment, it hit me hard. I had to walk away from situations, from relationships, from dynamics that no longer served me. And in doing so, I had to sit in silence with myself. That silence hasn't been empty, though. It's been filled with reflection, with regret, with clarity, and most often, with thoughts of you. Even in my quietest moments, my mind drifts back to you. I find myself wondering about your life, who you're with, what you're doing, how you're feeling. I wonder if you ever think of me, or if I've become just a faded chapter in your story. But I stop myself from reaching out, from prying into your world, because I can feel that you need your space. And I respect that about you. You're not someone who wants to be crowded, not someone who would ever settle for being treated as an afterthought. That's part of what makes you so rare. The truth is, you terrify me and excite me all at once. You are not the kind of woman who can be won over easily, and I think that's why you stand out so profoundly in my life. You hold yourself to a standard that most people can't even fathom, and that standard forces others, including me, to rise higher if they want to be near you. It's not easy to face a woman like you, one who refuses to compromise her dignity or values just for the comfort of companionship. And yet, that very strength, that refusal to accept anything less than respect, is what draws me to you again and again in my thoughts. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it because it remains true, you are like no other. Everything about you speaks to a level of integrity and self-respect that is so rare in this world. From what I know of you, you are the kind of woman who will never settle, who would rather walk through life alone than allow someone to treat her with even the slightest form of disrespect. That is not just admirable, it's powerful. And it's something I've had to sit with, something that has challenged me to reevaluate the kind of man I've been and the kind of man I want to become. In many ways, you've been a mirror for me. Through you, I've seen my shortcomings more clearly, but I've also seen what I'm capable of. You've reminded me that relationships aren't about control or ego, they're about respect, growth, and the willingness to face uncomfortable truths together. Your presence, even in absence, has been a teacher to me. And while I don't know where life will take us from here, I know without a doubt that you have left an imprint on me that cannot be erased. So, as I continue this journey of letting go of what no longer serves me and stepping into a more honest version of myself, I carry the thought of you with me. Not as a burden, but as a light. A reminder of what it feels like to be seen and challenged by someone who refuses to let you settle for less than your best. And for that, no matter what happens between us, I will always be grateful. Your partner wants you to understand something deeply important right now. They are in a phase of their life where they feel the need to step back and spend some time in isolation. This choice is not about turning away from you or the connection you share, but rather about turning inward to discover more about themselves. At this moment, they have chosen to take a break from everyone and everything, not just you, because they recognize that there are aspects of their own inner world that require attention, reflection, and healing. In their heart, they believe that this time apart is not a setback for the relationship, but rather a necessary step to ensure it can grow stronger, healthier, and more balanced in the long run. They see this pause not as an ending, but as a chance for renewal, a quiet preparation for something more meaningful between you. Your partner wants you to know that this separation is intended to serve both of you. They believe that giving each other space right now is the best path forward if the relationship is to evolve into something deeper, perhaps even a higher level of commitment. They are aware that love is not just about passion or closeness, but also about growth, respect, and the willingness to meet each other as whole individuals. For them, distance is not rejection, it is an opportunity. They feel that, in order to rise to the level of the bond they share with you, they must first rise to a higher level within themselves. This time apart, then, is a gift, though it may not always feel that way. It is a chance for them to clarify who they are, what they truly want, and how they can meet you with the love and devotion you deserve. Even while in this self-imposed hermit mode, your partner cannot help but think of you. They sometimes find themselves scrolling through your social media, catching glimpses of your life, admiring you from afar. They do not always have the strength to resist this impulse, because you remain such a magnetic presence in their life. Every picture, every post, every sign of your joy and confidence stirs something inside them. Quietly, they are bowled over by your beauty, your charisma, and the unique way you express yourself. To them, you are more than just attractive, you are captivating. Your energy continues to pull them in, even when they are trying to create space. What they admire most is not just your outer beauty but the way you carry yourself despite life's challenges and imperfections. They see that you are not afraid to embrace your flaws, and yet you walk forward with strength, grace, and determination. In their eyes, you are not defined by your struggles but by your resilience, your ability to reclaim your power no matter what life throws your way. This is incredibly inspiring to them. Watching you take control of your life and stand firmly in your truth has awakened something inside of them. It has made them realize that they, too, must rise to meet your energy, your standard, and your strength. Your presence challenges them, not in a way that pushes them away, but in a way that calls them to step up and become more of the person they are meant to be. Right now, they are on a journey of self-discovery. They are confronting parts of themselves that they may have ignored or avoided in the past. This is not always an easy process. It requires honesty, humility, and the willingness to change. But your influence is one of the forces driving them forward. They see how you have reclaimed your own power, and it forces them to ask themselves difficult but necessary questions. Who are they really, beyond the roles they play and the masks they wear? What kind of partner do they want to be? What kind of life do they want to build, not just for themselves, but with someone else? These are the reflections that occupy their heart and mind during this period of solitude. Though it may feel like silence right now, this is not a disappearance. They are not gone forever, nor are they indifferent to you. On the contrary, this break is their way of ensuring that when they do come back, they can be fully present, ready to give you the love, energy, and commitment that you deserve. They do not want to return half-prepared or emotionally unavailable. They want to come back stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Their time in isolation is a form of preparation, a way of clearing away the noise, centering themselves, and finding clarity so they can offer you a deeper connection. It is important to understand that this is not about losing love but about cultivating it. Their absence is not evidence of neglect but rather of care. It is an expression of their desire to meet you with their whole self, rather than only fragments. In truth, their love for you remains steady and even grows stronger as they reflect on all the things they admire about you. Each day apart, they carry you in their thoughts, cherishing the way you shine and holding on to the hope of reuniting when the time is right. Soon, this period of solitude will reach its natural conclusion. They will emerge from their hermit mode with greater clarity and a deeper understanding of themselves, ready to step back into your life. And when they do, it will not be as someone weighed down by uncertainty or fear, but as someone who has faced their inner world and chosen to grow. This time apart is not forever, it is a pause, a moment of rest before the next chapter begins. When they return, it will be with open arms, a fuller heart, and the readiness to take your relationship to the level it is meant to reach.